Alright, welcome back everybody. As you can tell, we're back to play FABLE Anniversary. And when we left off, my family and my village was burned to a crisp. And yeah. Everyone's dead. But we've been promoted to the Heroes Guild. And they're gonna train us to become... Ooh, a cooking apple. They're gonna train us to become a master assassin.
All right, lad.
Ew, it took you a bit to say something. That was kind of creepy.
Now then, I want you to hit that dummy as hard as you can. Just keep going till I tell you to stop.
I feel like that could be taken out of context for that guy.
Not making much of an impact there, are you? Here, try with this.
Oh yeah, we got the stick. Press X to equip the stick, and we'll just start swinging.
Ah, now that's more like it. When you destroy an enemy like this dummy, it drops an experience orb. These orbs contain the knowledge gained from killing the creature. It's very important that you collect these orbs, or you won't learn anything. Now pick it up.
Oh, that's cool.
Well done, lad. Now then, tomorrow we'll... That's the guild alarm. Sounds like there might be something loose in the woods. This is a good opportunity.
I just noticed, but that kid's gloves are bigger than his head.
While you deal.
They are huge.
Once you're done.
How big is his hands, man?
Training.
Either those things are ready to fall off, or he's got something going on with his hands. I mean, I guess his feet are pretty big too, but... Oh, a bunch of apples. I'm gonna grab these really quick here. Time to go find some woods. And fight some wolves in the woods. That actually reminds me, there was a, I know there's enemies in this game that are like werewolves, and, as a kid, definitely had quite a few nightmares from those things, of them chasing me through woods, and, trying to slaughter me and my friends and family. And, oh, did one just spawn right in front of me? Hey. And, I remember distinctly some of these little nightmares that I would have, and one of them was that I was at my grandparents' house, and I was running back to the house when I was getting chased by these wolves. And then I slammed the door and locked it, and then I looked outside, and I was like, oh wait, there's a girl out there, and she's pounding on the door, let me in, and all of a sudden, bam, they just rip her apart. So, yeah, I guess I had a creative imagination when I was little, especially when I would play games like this. Oh. I also remember the very first time that I played this. I was... Gosh, I had to be like 6.
Those beetles.
Maybe younger.
Here.
But I remember it was the original Fable.
For that. If you want more.
On the original Xbox. And at the time I was just a wee kid, you know? And I was in this apartment with my family, and do you wish to leave your childhood behind and become... Yeah, sure, we'll do that.
The guild was now the boy's life. The memory of the Oakvale flames still scorched his mind.
But I remember that I was in this apartment. Everybody was getting ready to go to bed. And me, being the little gamer that I was, I went in the living room
Finally,
to play Fable.
Guild apprentice. just as mazed.
Keep in mind, this was the original Fable, so I was a lot younger.
Was about to begin.
I couldn't be any older than 6. And the original Fable, off limits. It was a game I was not supposed to play. And I went out, everybody was asleep, I started playing it. I turned on the Xbox, I was like, yes, this game is so cool. I remember running around in my underwear trying to fight at a farm or something. And I was like, wow, I love this game. And I heard footsteps, and then it was my sister. And then she came out and was watching me. And I guess she wanted to watch me play Fable as well. And I was like, yeah, this game is amazing. But it was late at night, so it had to be like past my bedtime at the time, at 8, 9, something like that. But I just got a rush from playing the game, knowing I wasn't supposed to. And then next thing I know, my dad woke up and he's coming in the room. I don't remember much else from that. I don't know if my if my memory is just trying to push that, or my brain is just trying to repress that memory. But as far as I can imagine,
Late again.
I
That old
was not. Yeah, I definitely was not supposed to play it
with real weapons now.
at that time. And I believe my dad actually sold the game
See if you can hit wisdom.
because he just didn't want it in the same house as me because I couldn't be trusted.
Come on then. Let's see what
Couldn't be trusted not to play the game. And come here.
Is that that?
But yeah, and then a few years later, my dad got Fable: The Lost Chapters, and
Pay attention. What I'm about to teach you
I wasn't really supposed to play that one either. But it was a bit more like, well, you know,
is a danger.
you're older now, you're grown, boy, you can play it. Only with me in the room though. And then
Attacks with your sword. Not all blows can be blocked, but you should be able to.
yeah, I played it a little bit then when I was like 8, I believe, 8 or 9, and then eventually, yeah, that's where I got into Fable, was
Blocking my
like age 9 and above. And I remember playing on my Xbox a lot. I played this game a shit ton as a kid. Block with the RB button. Oh, that's how I block. It's a bit weirder playing this on the 360, because I remember the original Xbox has a white and black button on it, and those were like the controls for that. It still feels like it functions the same way, just obviously those buttons aren't present here, so they make up for that by using the
Don't let her attacks
the triggers, or not the trigger buttons, but the, well, yeah, I would say the buttons, not the bumpers.
You're supposed to be blocking my attacks.
Oh, whoops, I'm supposed to block her. But yeah,
I'll hit you next time.
definitely was a great experience.
Well done. Now
This was honestly like the Zelda for me when I got older. I played this a lot. Like I said, I compared this a lot to Zelda, even though it's not a game you can really compare to Zelda. But
Spread told me you've got a
yeah, I remember playing. This was the Xbox is where I got into more of the
potential.
because before Xbox and then eventually PlayStation 2, all we had was a Dreamcast and Nintendo consoles. So it was Sega and Nintendo,
All right.
and that's all I played. And then once I got the Xbox, we got into games like, you know, Fable, obviously. There was Halo.
Like your final melee test.
And I remember getting Conker's Bad Fur Day. That is really not a game for kids. I mean, this one, yeah, but Conker is just not a good game to be playing either. But I mean, I was older at the time, and I loved playing on the Xbox so much once I had it. I played Halo so much. I played this game. I played Conker. It was just a great time, and it was so different because, you know, I was so used to playing Nintendo games and Sega games, you know, Mario and Sonic, and then going to games like this.
all wrong, Whisper. You need to
It
practice.
was pretty awesome.
Shame you
It
could
was a weird way to spell practice, but
have learned a thing or two. Keep training if you want to go there yourself one day.
yeah, it was
I could have beaten him if you hadn't stopped us.
I don't know, I liked it.
We have few
I liked it a lot.
As it is
And it's nice to come back to these games and play them.
in training.
Speaking of which,
FABLE Anniversary actually wasn't released that long ago.
when you're ready to continue your lessons,
Actually, I may be wrong now since it's 2020. But I think it was like 2013 or 14 this game came out. I could be wrong. But I want to continue. I don't want to keep doing that.
Then meet me by the archery range to continue your training.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, there's something about these games that are just, it's really fun to go back and play them. But yeah, also, that was another game I got into, was Morrowind. What am I supposed to do here? Talk to him, probably.
Training with the bow.
But yeah, I got into Morrowind as well.
To begin with, see if you can hit
And
stationary targets.
yeah, like,
Effort in
it's kind of crazy to think how far we've come since then, you know? Like, early 2000s, it was all, like, Sega and Nintendo. And, like, no, you heard Xbox and PlayStation, but it was, like, you know, like, people were like, oh, you know, it's just a phase. They're not going to last long. And now, it's like, that's all it is Microsoft and Sony. And Steam.
Well done. You hit all.
It's not like people are raging about Nintendo and Sega. Well, I mean, I guess there are the die-hard fans of them, and I'm not saying Nintendo's really
You have a minute.
horrible compared to these consoles. Like, they do create. I feel like they're better at creating story games than, say, PlayStation and Xbox and Steam, because most of those games are like FPS and fantasy type of games. But I don't know. There's just something Nintendo does right, but there's a hell of a lot of things they do wrong, especially with one thing I really did not agree with was how they treated YouTube creators and basically anybody that had their content and was like using it to play games or anything like that. They don't seem to take criticism very well. They seem very not open-minded. They seem very like how you say, like they just like, you got all these companies that are like they listen to the fans. They got subreddits open. They got Twitters and all that. And Nintendo just kind of seems like it's like in the old days. Like they don't really pay attention. They're like the Internet Explorer. They're like, yeah, well, we'll release it, but we don't really care about what you have to say bad about it. But the whole YouTube thing, oh, that grinded my gears, even though I wasn't really a part of it. But they literally were going after YouTubers who were just playing games, and basically trying to like milk as much money out of them as they could. And there was also a Nintendo like YouTube creator thing, which was basically like, you know, we'll let you upload. We'll give you the privilege to upload our video games to YouTube if we get like a huge amount of money from it. And you had to turn ads on and all that. I'm gonna continue. I don't want to repeat that either.
Learn about the ways of the will.
speak to me when you're ready.
And it was just like, dude, really? Like that is where I started to not really like Nintendo as much. Is the little things like that. It was like, come on, man. Like,
Melee combat.
you got all these you got PlayStation games, Xbox, Steam. They let you like it just felt so petty. It feels so petty. That's what Nintendo feels like. It just feels very petty. And while I still love the games they make, I am not a huge fan of a lot of their policies. And I think I've even mentioned this before, but like they love doing this. I don't see many other companies doing this, but they love putting not enough stuff out on the market. Like, for example,
Powers.
those retro classic consoles, those little minis.
All right.
Like, they barely put enough out to retailers. And obviously, you know, there's going to be a ton of people who are going to want to get the Nintendo Classic Mini and the Super Nintendo Classic Mini, whatever you call it. and
That's it.
they barely put out enough
Hit it.
in order to make like this fake like there's a word for it. There's a word for it, and it's like a marketing thing, and it does work sometimes, but
You'll only waste
it
value.
was like
Using your willpower.
basically what they do is they don't put out enough of the product, even though they know for sure that there's going to be a lot of customers for that product. They only put out a certain amount in order to give this false sense of, oh no, it's running out, and oh no, it's rarity and all that. Which is fine and dandy, but like for consoles, like really? And then the amiibos too. It's like oh, I'm sorry, I did not mean to shock you. But oh my god, it keeps locking on to him. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do this. The game's just making this happen. But like I was saying, I arrived late on the whole Nintendo Switch hype train thing. When did the Switch even come out? I think it was like 2015 or 16 there. Maybe even 2017. We'll continue. I don't want to repeat that. But it's like I just recently, in the past year, got a Switch, and I feel so like left out of this loop. That like the amiibos.
If you wish to join her.
And it's kind of like microtransactions for Nintendo without putting microtransactions in their game.
I hope you're ready.
But at least with microtransactions, I can come back and pay for it. Whereas these amiibos, I know there's NFC tags and all that, but like there's no amiibos left. I go to GameStop, I go to secondhand stores, I go to Walmart, I go freaking everywhere. If I ever see an amiibo again, like before, all I saw was Zelda amiibos. Now I don't see anything besides like Skylander amiibos,
But as time passed,
and that's just because nobody buys them.
always to the world outside.
But like for
That had been taught.
the Switch, I don't have the amiibos for Breath of the Wild, which unlocks a lot of the base like
Training.
traditional costumes for Link in the game from all the series, and I don't have any of these amiibos to do that. I would be willing to spend money just to get these stupid little costumes in the game, because I'm willing to spend like 20 or so bucks, $15, whatever,
Enter the guild woods.
on a little dumb statue to give me a costume in the game.
The test will be
But
to you there. Good luck.
I don't even have that option anymore. I see them getting sold on like eBay and Craigslist and Marketplace, basically any of those places, but I see them getting sold at such high prices, like $40 for them, if not more. And it's like, dude, you don't have to keep doing this. It would be like if PlayStation released only like 20,000 VR headsets for its platform. You know what I mean? Like, these are things. The Amiibo's not so much. I can kind of understand that one. I still think it's kind of ass. But the consoles part, like, it's just dumb, man. I don't like it. I don't think Nintendo's going to fail anytime soon because they're a great company that makes amazing games. But, oh my god, I'm getting... What the heck? What am I supposed to be doing?
Go on, fight me. Very good. Now, shoot me with your bow. Don't get too close.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it a little bit, but I mean, I'm not the only one who has these opinions, but like, remember gaming back in like 2000s, 2010s, maybe a little bit into like, maybe towards 2013s, like there was almost no microtransactions, there was none of this like rarity BS, there wasn't all the, you know what I mean, like this drama within gaming, and it's like, I'm not saying there aren't gems being made these days, but like, it's,
Not your bow. Wrong weapon. Use lightning.
I don't know. I really feel like a bunch. That's why I've said this before. That's why I love playing these older games instead of like these newer games. Is oh wait, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be shocking it.
That's enough. Yes.
I'm just I miss how gaming used to be, because now it's like, what dominates gaming? You know, Fortnite. Like that's the pinnacle of like that's the pinnacle of gaming right now. I'm not saying Fortnite's a terrible game, but it's not like yeah, Fortnite. I guess there's The Witcher. I've yet to play that game, but that game looks really fun. But a lot of it is just like online, so much online MMORPG bullshit that I don't like, you know? Like the one MMORPG kind of thing that I can kind of play without hating it is Elder Scrolls Online. But even that one has like it's so grindy, dude. It is so grindy.
Well, this is the day, lad.
I miss the days in a game where you could sink like a week into it and
Maze is faith in
unlock something, you know? You know what I mean? Instead of having to pay for a microtransaction or a loot box or having to go online and grind it out for months with your buddies, like I don't want gaming to feel like a chore. And a lot of games recently, they just feel like chores. You know, you had Zelda. Oh wow, I played the game for a couple hours. I got the Master Sword. Oh wow, you know, I played this game for a couple hours. I get I don't know what's at the end of this game. I think there's a mask, right?
today.
But like in these newer games, it's like, yeah, well, we have a campaign, you know. We didn't put much effort into it, but we have a story mode if you want to play it. But you know, the meaty part of this game is the online section, and it's like that's why I like the games like Witcher. I feel like there should be more games like that. Even though that game is kind of grindy in itself, but like let's take Metal Gear for example. Remember all the cool shit you could get in Metal Gear for, you know, you beat the game. You got a stealth cloak. Your choices ended up, or your ending ended up with that. Whereas now, it's like, Metal Gear 5. It just feels so long and drawn out, and in order to get so many of the weapons, instead of just picking them up through, like, playing the game a little bit, you've got to play the game for hours, and then you got to build something, and you got to let your R&D team build that out for how many days, and then you go online to get some of the stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm ranting. I'm ranting a little bit, and there's a lot of good things that come with new games, but in my opinion, personally, I don't want to be sinking months into a video game
Only by doing this,
just in order to get like
hero. Step into
little things out of it.
show you how to do this.
And I will always probably, not probably, I will always enjoy these games more than newer games. But I'm not saying that newer games are awful. It's just, ooh, what should we get here? Health? Toughness is your natural armor. And then physique. Force of which you can swing a weapon. And the amount of damage. Let's go with health for now. Oh, wait, do I have enough I don't. Never mind.
There is little else for me to teach you, but I will always be around. And your guild.
Yeah, I'm sorry for ranting so much, but man, it's like,
You will also notice it flashing.
especially when I'm doing this YouTube, like doing these games for YouTube, and I'm actually sinking a lot more hours into video games than I used to. Not even a year ago, I probably went on my PlayStation, or I actually went on any sort of console, maybe once every couple months to play a game for maybe like 30 minutes or an hour. And
Check the guild.
I never really realized wait, I should probably grab a mission here. A request. Wasp and Menace. Let's do that. Because I'm pretty sure I know where that is. But It's just, I don't know. Now that, like I'm saying, now that I'm doing this YouTube channel, I'm playing a bunch of different games with as much of my free time as possible. It's different. And I try to play games on my channel that aren't oversaturated, like multiplayer BS, as you could probably tell.
Wasps are attacking the picnic area. Follow me.
Oh wow, thanks for letting me know. I don't know. Guess I'm not really sure where I'm going with this because I'm halfway focused on this game, halfway trying to talk to you. Where are these?
Look at this filthy pile of rags.
Hey! He made it! He's alive!
He really expects people to give him gold.
Joining with the bully? Not right now.
Well, if you want, I'll tell you something that'll really annoy him.
You little snot bag. You know nothing.
Used to be an adventurer like yourself, but look at me now.
But then I took an arrow in the knee.
Getting bullied by this brat all the time.
You must be able to get rid of him somehow.
Remember, use the D-pad to access useful expressions. I mean, we could do that, or we could just get a phone call, I guess.
Hi, this is Garrett, a personal injury specialist calling from Earnmore. I'm calling because you may be entitled to some compensation if you've ever been in an auto accident. I'd just like to confirm I'm speaking with Winter. If this is you and you've been in a car accident before, press 1 now. If now isn't the best time but you'd like to be called back tomorrow, press 2. And if you've never been in a car accident and would like to be taken off our calling list, press 3. Okay, we will call you back tomorrow morning.
Falling out of him.
No, stop calling my fucking phone number.
You little snot bag.
I do know a Winter, but that is not me. And I don't know why my phone number was given to them. Anyways, I mean, we could do an expression, or we could just get rid of the bully once and for all. I took care of you back at, we'll fart on him, I guess.
Have you seen your face in a mirror? It's like a breathing sack of pus.
Try to get your combat multiplier even.
Am I supposed to do something here?
Ah, you're as bad as that stinking beggar. I'm out of here.
Ha ha ha! Funniest.
No, you're not. Come back here.
You've earned my thanks, hero. I'm sure you'll make many friends in your travels.
You son of a
Perhaps we'll meet.
bitch. Is this supposed to be the kid? Stop running away from me, damn it. Come here. Oh, they're gone. My one chance at killing the bully, and I didn't take it. I'm sorry. Hey, come here. We're gonna find somebody to stick this into. Hey, buddy.
It's this way.
That's what I liked about this game. Not that I liked it. Not that I like killing innocent people, but the fact that it gives you the option to like do that is that's what oh god, no. Ooh. Actually, funny story. I have a very distinct memory of me doing that as a kid and getting screamed at by my parents. They were like, "No, just stop doing that. Just play the game. You don't need to do that. That's just excessive." Oh, wow. But yeah, that's what I really like about this game is the freedom it allows you to do. Like I said, it's like a mature Zelda where I can kill the citizens if I so choose to. And how you kind of turn into a demon or an angel depending on your choices. Yeah, I don't like the way they're moving. I did it.
Saving me. I'm gonna tell everyone.
Is she chasing the bee or is she getting chased? I'm kind of confused.
Thank you so much.
Strike down the wasps. Your bow may prove useful against the wasp queen.
What did you say? Did he say my will? I didn't quite catch what he said.
More wasps have spawned, but they are no match for your weapon.
That's something I remember too, is dying in this game creeped me out as a kid. It makes like this, I don't know how you would, ew, I don't like that. But it makes like this like really depressing like song clip thing with your frickin' bloody skull on the ground. I don't know if the Anniversary has it, because it seems like Anniversary's changed a lot of different small details like that, but I got the Wasp Queen's head. But yeah, in the original, yeah, okay, I get it, renown, whatever. But yeah, in the original, it just kind of creeped me out. It was like,
You've received a new...
I don't know how to explain it. I wonder if you can look it up on YouTube or something. If you can, I would go check that out really quick. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But, I mean, it's not really that creepy, but as a kid, I remember if I was playing this game towards the night and I died, it was just kind of stuck with me when I was trying to go to sleep.